Hello, everybody, and welcome to session 30 of Changeling the Lost, second edition, Viva Lost Vegas. Sorry about the slight delay, issues on our end. Uh, that said, let's go ahead and get started. As always, I've got a couple of brief announcements. Uh,
Roller window.
window.
Ah, sorry.
Okay. Sorry about that. Once again, like I said, we've had some small technical hurdles. For one, the world below is on backer kit. It's currently exceeded its goals, but there are some stretch goals currently ongoing. You can see them here if you're interested. And this month's Onyx Path game night will be on the 24th. If you want more information, you can find it on the Discord, which the link is in the chat. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. Today is Saturday, December 4th, 2021, the new moon. What have you guys been doing in the last few days?
Not enough.
No. Yep.
Let's see. So, I guess the first thing that, let's take a look here. The first thing I tried to do was try and let Madam Anybody and a couple of other people know about what we discovered last week about dear old Will cracking at the seams. Being that we are in autumn season and he's the winter king, we gotta get that sorted. Just a little. We're gonna be working with the other monarchs, figure out something to do. The other one is I went looking for something that might give us any way of handling the fact we're going to be dealing with our fucking keeper tonight, and everywhere I went, I was laughed out of town. We don't got nothing unless we can pull a cold iron out of our butts. Unfortunately,
That would not be a good place for cold iron.
deeply badly. I would know because half of my legs would be missing.
Yeah.
Oh.
As for me, I honestly I didn't don't really have much free time, so it was the usual of doing my auction and spending some time with Delilah. Looks like she's having some visits from Rattlebones in her dreams. Which we need to do something about quickly.
Yeah, that's not going to be left to stand.
And to no one's surprise, I spent some time with the Grimalkins
What?
to hear what they've been hearing about the Winter Court nobles and Will. And the other from the Grimalkins, I hear that the other three Winter nobles are surprised and amused that I managed to figure out Keith's identity, and are all taking steps to prevent similar embarrassment. So apparently having brash little Kenzie out you in the middle of court is a thing to not want.
So, it's a shame we don't have much time left, or I would absolutely make it a thing that we were working on.
And then day 2, I went to check on my runners and see how things were going, handle any problems. And so far, my drug sales are going well. Yay. So I'm a happy person.
Alrighty. So that handles our downtimes. So, again, it is Saturday, December 4th, 2021. Where are you and what are you currently doing?
Um,
Well, it's not sundown yet, is it? Because if it is
If you have a couple of things that you need to do quickly, I'm willing to let you do them.
Because if it's past sundown, we can't meet at court. Uh, what do you guys want to do? I'm honestly at a loss for this session. I don't know what to do. I figure stuff is going to happen and we're going to deal with it.
um, I'm going to see if I can arrange to get Delilah to hang out with the courser. I figure if anybody's going to be, or if there's anywhere for her to be safe, that's probably going to be the best.
Alrighty. Anyone else have anything that they wanted to do?
Uh,
We
sorry, you go.
should we start as far away from court as possible?
I think that stuff is going to happen and we're going to move there. Is the best I can figure. I suspect it's going to be loud. Because we're not usually the targets of Hunt Night. We just kind of go there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we are the targets tonight, are we not?
Not explicitly. And if we were, the gentleman would probably be leading the hunt. He was specifically made to ruin our days, after all. So, I don't know, dude. We'll find out.
Penny, wasn't the message from the Lord of Tales addressed to us?
It was addressed to the court, which is why it was given to Agatha.
So, I've spent the afternoon looking for, like, an iron railing, some little piece of old ironwork, something to work with, desperately, panically trying to find anything that I might be able to use.
Give me a chance roll.
I figured.
Let's let fate decide.
As is the right and proper way.
No! Fuck no. That's a
Kenny.
1.
Yes?
Am I allowed to make an icon of myself?
Rip out part of your own soul?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because I am assuming, possibly incorrectly, that the Lord of Tales has some banes and some bands that would have to do with books and possibly the destruction of them.
Why don't you get a normal, actual book then?
Would it work if it wasn't an icon?
I mean, the thing
Who
is
knows?
about stories.
That's probably a better idea. So I find a first edition at a flea market.
All right, I will allow that. Give me a, let's see. I think this is gonna have to be 2 rolls. Wits plus investigation to find such a valuable book, and then manipulation plus subterfuge to get it for any sort of price less than 5 dots of resources.
So 3 successes in the first roll. What was the second one?
That would be manipulation plus subterfuge in order to set a price that isn't horrifically high. You're asking for a first edition book.
Three successes.
All Alrighty, I'll let you have it for 3 dots of resources if you've got that much.
My credit card goes ka-chink.
Alrighty, you've gotten yourself a first edition book of some sort.
Luckily, I didn't have time to make purchases this week. Alright.
Well, just for the sake of argument, let's just say it's a copy of The Grapes of Wrath.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Alright, anyone else had any ideas?
None. Sorry.
Only if I can get away with convincing you to investigate. If I can convince you to let me investigate the weird itself to find information out about the Lord of Tales.
It's a little late for that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I will let you have 1 chance die.
Can I invoke my entitlement to get 2?
Not on this case.
Okay.
The desperation in everyone's voice. Okay.
Nope.
I have a thing my character could actually get. An idea of what everyone else is doing. I've been bartending all day. You know? What is the plan everyone else has for getting out of here? So I might figure out some places people might be concentrated, and thus high threat areas to our freehold. Would that be reasonable?
That is something I can do for you. For gathering that kind of information. Oh, go ahead.
Socialize rumors plus presence? Get people talking?
I'll allow that.
Right. Four successes.
With Autumn leading, the plan that you've been hearing going around is that a lot of the courtiers are going to be taken into the trailer park where the autumn court holds sway, and that winter and summer are going to guard it.
Okay, so there is a place to go. That's great. We're gonna set up Overwatch there, and I think that's where we are. We're gonna go set up to watch over the place and help with the guarding.
Yep.
Works for me.
Spring needs to show some backbone, so I'll be there. And you guys apparently already got reasons to be here.
Alrighty. So, we're heading to the trailer park, and that is where we're going to start this today. Alrighty. Bear with me here. All right. Autumn Court's territory. The trailer park on near Arcadia Palms. The various courtiers of the different courts have been taken into each of the trailers. Some of them who feel more up to the task left on the mortal side, and others who are less capable brought into the hollows within them. As you've seen by now, it is fairly customary for the autumn courtiers of higher status to have a hollow within the trailer where they actually live. Doc Tallboy and Agatha have set up a clinic in her office, just in case. And the trailer park is currently being patrolled by summer knights on motorcycles, with various winter courtiers set up in different areas to give them a broad view of the streets. As the sun sets, the one of the winter lookouts points out to the freeway on-ramp a few blocks away. You can see where one of those large signs are above the freeway, the kind that point you to various exits, has been opened as a hedge gate. And through it, a large procession of various hobgoblins are coming through, led by a figure at the front, on horseback, blonde hair in the wind. Rattlebones is nowhere to be seen. The Lord of Tales and his army of hobgoblins serenely walk down the freeway on-ramp. Cars simply swerve to avoid them or go directly through them, as though they don't see them, and like they aren't even there. The Lord of Tales does not deign to notice. The procession makes its way up East Wyoming Avenue and to the front gate of the trailer park. There, the procession stops, and the Lord of Tales gets off his horse. He bows at the gate of the trailer park. I believe that, as our bargain states, I have given my notice. Tonight, I shall lead the hunt. Personally. I have some rules of the game that I would like to lay out. May I come in?
I think you can state your rules from there.
Actually, can I do something?
You can all do whatever you want. This is a role-playing game.
As a noble, I'm going to march out and meet him where he is. I think this is a fair place to negotiate, sir.
One of the winter lookouts heads into the office, and the 4 seasonal monarchs come out behind them. None of them says anything as Elliot approaches the Lord of Tales. The Lord is dressed in his usual finery, a long black robe trimmed with gold. He's wearing a pair of glasses over which he stares at you, his long blonde hair in the wind. One book is open in his hand. The way he's got it gripped, you can't quite see the title. He smiles at you freely. All right. I suppose it's only fitting that I speak to you, should your monarchs give leave.
I turn back, awaiting awaiting their ascent.
The monarchs all briefly turn to Agatha, who gives a grim nod.
Thank you, my queen.
The Lord of Tales smiles. Tonight is special. Tonight, I have lost the longtime leader of my wild hunt, the Grim Hunter. I made him especially for the purpose of leading the hunt here. But he was undone. Do you know who did that?
I, as I'm sure, do you.
Yes, he says. Of course you do. He reaches a hand into the book that he's holding, his arm plunging into the elbow, its pages rippling as if they were water. With a small but refined grunt of effort, he pulls, and out comes a bedraggled figure who falls directly to the ground at your feet once free of the book. Rattlebones has been chained and bound. He is covered in scratch marks, knife cuts, and the golden crown that had been melted down to form a new eye has been roughly ripped out of him. Oliver Oakenheart, one time styled as a prince of my realm, and one time a noble of yours. You three, he says, pointing to each of you in turn, may have been the ones to actually give him his heart. But the Grim Hunter was undone by the treachery of this one. He reaches down and grabs Rattlebones by the neck, lifting him as if he were nothing more than a kitten. He turns him around to face the assembled court. Is there any love lost between you and him? I doubt it.
I'm afraid I only knew him as he is. I turn back to face specifically King Leo. He was before my time. Would anyone speak in his defense?
Leo stands up briefly. He looks to hit Clara. The joints of her doll-like fingers can be seen creaking. She's flexing her hands as if she wants to tear out Rattlebones' throat. Leo simply says, "He was a friend once upon a time." And then Clara spits out after him, "Until he wasn't."
Ambition is a poison.
The Lord smiles. He forces Rattlebones onto the ground, onto his knees. Yes, he thought to get into my good graces by bringing me an escaped bauble of mine. I found this idea intriguing. He was an especially treasured pet. But, he says, as he circles him, as Rattlebones kneels on the ground, this pet thought too much of himself. He thought that he could betray me, take one of my titles for his own, and ascend to the point of becoming a true Fae. It is thanks to you three, and of course, he says, snapping his fingers, my other huntsman, that this did not happen. The bespectacled gentleman melts out of some nearby shadows and joins the Lord of Tales, taking a knee in front of him.
I nod to him as he enters.
He was able to return my title to me and explain what happened. Although, it's not like I needed to hear it from his lips. I already knew. He smiles. So, Prince Oliver Oakenheart, traitor to Lost Vegas, traitor to the Grand Library. Tonight's hunt is for you. You have one final chance to show that you can be of use to anyone. He points out, in turn, Elliot, Kit, and Kinsey. He grabs Oliver's head and points his face towards each of them in turn. Sir Oakenheart, if you can bring me the heads of one of those three, you can leave Las Vegas. If you cannot, you will be mine. The game ends at midnight. Yes?
I reach into the hammer space, throw the blowtorch on it, out of it, and yell, "Pull!"
You're going to attack the Lord of Tales?
No, I'm attacking Battlebones.
Give it a second. Wait for the rules to finish. We got this. I want to pull the aggro away from the fucking hotel first. From the fucking others first.
Okay.
I appreciate what you're doing there, but we definitely don't want this to happen here. Too many bystanders.
The Lord smiles at this conversation. The game ends at midnight. Or when Sir Oakenheart dies. If you win, people of Lost Vegas, I will take my leave for the month. If Sir Oakenheart can successfully bring me the head of at least one of your three vivacious new courtiers, I will lay siege to this poor collection of hovels and take every one of you back. This, I swear, on my true name, and on this delightful piece of my property. He strokes Rattlebones by the chin. You can hear the clattering of bells and feel the weird pull itself towards Rattlebones. A glimmering glass shackle forms on his neck. This I pledge to all of you. Of course, Oliver, I'm not asking you to do this completely alone. Rattlebones raises his head, and you can almost see a glimmer of hope in his one remaining eye. You did all of this to gain the Grim Hunter's title. Prove to me that you're worth it. In one hand appears the cloak, fully formed, with the symbol of the crossed guns on it. The other, you can almost see the Lord's hands as his fingers lengthen into a set of claws. They, without hesitating in the least, he reaches directly into Rattlebones' chest, pulls out his still beating heart, and thrusts the title into his chest. Go, my Grim Hunter. If you survive the night, you will be the greatest of all my children. And if you do not, then there was never any hope for you. Rattlebone starts to scream the moment his chest is sealed back up by the Lord of Tales. He doesn't bother to sew it. He just melds the wood and flesh together as if it were clay. Heart. Make a roll.
Alrighty. So where is?
May I roll to assist?
Yes.
So yeah, I'm going to try and shoot Rattlebone's heart out of the Lord of Tales' hands. So done. All right. So that is going to be.
What are you rolling so I can assist?
Dex plus firearms. Are you gonna be my spotter?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Can this be considered a mundane roll to intimidate or otherwise instill fear in someone?
You're not intimidating. You're shooting.
I'd say that's pretty intimidating.
That is
not giving you that.
Okay.
One success.
One success. Okay.
Sometimes we gotta let you do the shooting, my boot.
Yeah.
Kenzie is very helpfully jumping up and down and crying, "Shoot it! Shoot it! Right there! It's right there!"
Okay. Okay. Sorry. I'm. My window's open. Okay. That is good. That is... Okay. Well, let's see how this goes.
Shoot him now.
That's going to be 10 successes to shoot Rattlebone's heart.
Alrighty.
There's 5 successes
10 damage.
with 10 damage of normal rounds. So I'm not using any of my crazy stuff yet.
Kit pulls his rifle, puts it on his shoulder, and pulls the trigger immediately. The bullet strikes the heart still in the Lord of Tales' hands. He frowns and snaps his fingers. Time freezes. You can feel yourselves aware in a second that will not end. He smiles and bids time to go back. But I grant you all, please, Remember this, he says. You tried to ruin the game. How unsporting. Time goes back. The bullet flies from the heart into the barrel of the rifle and back into the cartridge from whence it came.
It's not unsporting. You said the game had begun.
And I never touched you. The only thing I shot at was Rattlebones.
Was the traitor's heart.
True. But he has yet to fully receive his blessing.
That wasn't one of the stipulations. You never said we had to wait.
You said the game began before you even put the crystal shackle on him.
And I reach into the hammer space, and this time, and I don't throw I don't throw the flamethrower or the torch rather. I throw acetone on Rattlebones' face.
Hey, Elliot.
Yeah?
You're one of those guys that looks at people's signatures, right? Like, they have them at banks and stuff.
Notary?
Yeah.
It's quite reasonable that I would be.
Cool. So I rip off the front cover of the book and sign my name down. And pass it to the Lord of Tales to sign his name down. Because if your shackles aren't enough to say that the game has begun, we'll do this with a traditional signature style of opening.
You can see the Lord of Tales wince as he watches you tear the cover off the book. His face goes an extremely pale white. He carefully takes a pen and adds a signature, looking physically sickened by the act. The three of you are incredibly unsportsmanlike, says. Fine. While this has been going on, Rattlebones has been screaming his heart out, metaphorically, as he writhes on the ground behind you. You can hear the creak and crack of flesh and bone twisting as he gets bigger. But while this is ongoing, he staggers to his feet and leaps to the roof of a nearby building, loping off. The Lord of Tales removes his hand, wiping it on his robe. Extremely unsportsmanlike. I should have offered Sir Oliver more help. Oh well. I won't stoop to your level.
Well,
some of us have decorum.
Has the game begun then, sir?
Yes. He steps back outside the trailer park and gets onto his horse.
I half-handedly salute and then turn back to the crowd. Is anyone willing to help me keep my head tonight, or am I running?
So asking for help from the NPCs?
I am looking to see if there's any individuals who are willing to back me up. I don't want a crowd, but I figure there's got to be somebody who's willing to go to bat for me at this point.
Let's see. Give me presence plus expression.
I'm pretty good at that. I am pretty good at that. Here's hoping people have some love for the bartender.
Can I assist you?
Sure.
It was presence plus expression.
That's the one.
Five
Yeah.
additional.
5?
That's a pretty good.
Pretty good assist.
Thank you. This is going to be a heck of a roll. Exceptional success.
That's
All right. There are several minutes of silence stretching out into the night. Leo, the Summer King, steps up and says, I will help. As well, uh, you're offered help from Madam Anybody and Penelope Marrow, as well as Kelly Crinoline.
Could I ask that I'm pretty sure Madam Anybody has the one that lets them change my whatchamacallit, Kith, right? Riddle Kith?
Wait, check.
I have that.
Yes, but I don't want you to expend resources if we don't have to. And if this is a person I am pretty sure has it.
Bear with me a moment.
Take your time.
Let's see. Madam Anybody does not have Riddlekith. The contract she has are Mask of Superiority, Glimpse of a Distant Mirror, Walls Have Ears, Cupid's Arrow, Weird Faced Stranger, Mirror Walk, and Reflections of the Past.
All right, I thank Madam Anybody and ask her to keep an ear out if she sees anything. Her spy network's better than anything I could hope for. Give us a call if you hear anything about what he's doing. I think. Well, who is the third person listed? Penelope.
Yeah, give me a second and I'll just give you guys their character sheets because that will make this easier.
Kenzie.
Yes.
Could I be a bridge guard for tonight?
Yes, you can. Give me one moment to figure out what I gotta pay.
do we want to do we want to do this iron side or hedge side?
I was gonna run hedge side because I have a lot more options hedge side, but that's up to you.
I was thinking we could head back to the ranch, and from there I can have my people clear an area for us to work in.
Okay, so I'm going to be paying one glamour. And are you going to be contesting it?
Nope.
All right, then I'm rolling manipulation plus larceny plus weird. Exceptional success.
All right. Alright, so if I get outnumbered, I get some bonuses to keep myself alive. I am doubting he's going to approach us on his own. If he does, that's our best case scenario. If not, we have a backup, where I can tank while you guys are doing damage. Sorry, but this made sense.
All right, describe how you look with the new kith.
So, before this, Elliot looked like essentially a vaguely person-shaped snifter of alcohol. But that glass changes to steel, changing to a weirdly stylized armor, like some sort of, not a knight, not like a knight you'd see in an actual thing, but like some decoration indicating somebody in armor. This looks like something you'd see drawn in one of those weird old illuminated manuscripts where they're jousting a snail or something. At the top of it, however, is a very familiar face sticking out from beneath this. Wow, that never stops feeling weird. Well, shall we?
Yeah. Well, since we know the rules of the game, let's go somewhere where we have home turf advantage. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your assistance, Leo. I know you're putting your neck out for us.
He sighs and says, as much as anyone would prefer to play it safe tonight, that's not how this works. According to the Lord of Tales' terms, if Rattlebones wins, he's going to lay siege to this trailer park.
So the longer I'm alive, the safer everyone is. And I think nobody's under the illusion that I'm not the person most likely to die tonight. Everyone else here is a lot better at fighting than me. Alright, I'm going to be extremely boring for just a minute here and just lay down a load of buffs real quick. Can I have some milk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I lost. I was having a connection issue for a second there.
Alright, so popping a piece of glass into my mouth for primal glory. Everyone knows this old joke. But we are going to do portents and visions for a minute here. Everybody gets a photograph of their next major conflict. Lex, do you want to be inspired when that happens, or do you want to be larger when that happens?
I would like to be larger when that happens.
The next piece of violence that occurs to you, real quick. I believe we've got a 5-man, 6-man group.
7.
7? I'm bad at counting.
It's the 3 of us plus Madam Anybody, Leo, Kelly, Crinoline, and Penelope.
Right, Kelly came with us. God bless Kelly. We just lost somebody for a second there, and the faces are wrong. Fixing.
Sorry about that.
Not a problem. Alrighty. What was I doing? Yeah. I was just checking my numbers. So I believe that's going to be manipulation plus occult plus weird. Alright. So let's roll these dice. Guess that I don't know anything about what's going on with you, Kit. I do apologize.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not going to hold people up by trying too many times. Hey, Kenzie! What's the next piece of violence that's going to happen to you?
Elliot has a short vision of Kenzie fighting off a animal that looks like the frenzied offspring of a bloodhound and a wolf.
I describe this to them, and should this ever start happening, well, they get to be giant for the scene, which means they'll go up 2 HP, essentially. Alright, portents and visions on myself, because nothing tells me. I refuse to contest. Yeah, I want to see the next most important event that's going to happen to me.
Elliot sees a vision of himself staring down the barrel of what could generously be called a musket, but what looks a lot more like a ship's cannon made out of wood.
I describe this to everybody and look forward to my informed condition. And Leo. 1 success. Does he resist?
No.
I tell him his future.
A vision of Leo being throttled with a golden rope.
He is so told. And I turn to Madam Anybody. You mind seeing the future?
Go ahead.
2 successes. Here we go again.
All right. The vision simply shows her being tied with the same golden rope.
I tell them, Penelope, I think you got this. Or do you want me to go for it?
It's up to you.
Looks like I can't see it. Never been in too good at this. But last but not least, Kelly Crinoline.
The vision the vision is of Kelly surrounded by a wall of flaming chains.
You heard it, Kelly. And the last, and I'm very sorry, buff I'm doing, wall of ears, no roll. I stare at my bow and how to use my object to best effect, and I am able to get the 9 again quality on dice rolls to wield or use it for the scene. Spending 1 glamour. I have just drained my glamour pool, and I'm going to chug milk like it's the 2010s, and I'm trying to get myself a viral video.
Alrighty. So, did you guys decide whether or not you wanted to go to the ranch in the hedge, or what?
So we do know one thing about this guy. He's got the title, and the title keeps its weaknesses.
Yep.
Do we want to go to Holy Ground, or is that too obvious? Because he knows just as much as we do.
Let's find a nunnery.
Shall we get us to a nunnery? Actually, you know what? No, I got the perfect place. We need to go to the Chapel of Love. The one with the Elvises. They're
Yes.
all ordained and he'd never see it coming.
Alright, so is that your plan for the evening?
Are there
I'm
any?
down.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really think it's a good idea to be in a place where we're limiting the tactics we can use.
Fair enough. And
The
honestly, even if we keep the night going, he's not going to get to survive the night. We don't have to kill him. We just have to survive.
yeah.
Killing him is a nice to have. So let's go to the hedge and go somewhere that we are in control of.
Yeah.
Let's hit the ranch. Also, the only thing they can do to you there is economic damage. And we'll catch some thistle cows. I'm real sorry.
It's good for the economy.
Yeah, so we're headed to the ranch.
Alrighty.
Means we've got a place to retreat to if we run out of ideas.
And the ranch is the size of what was it? The a small town, I think it was.
It's like a small estate, so it's like a mansion and its grounds.
No, I got the largest size possible.
I'll look it up. Anyway, so let's go there out to the ranch. Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Alright. Are you going to do anything to prepare here, or what?
So I'm going to have my my ranch hands clear out cattle as quickly as possible, and also if I'm able to see if I can convince them to just kind of start making sure that they keep bringing us glasses of milk.
All right.
So we can kind of go a bit more all out on the
spellcasting.
On the spellcasting, yeah.
I pop Vigilance of Ares and Fighting Finesse.
Also, keep in mind, guys, I'm a rancher.
Mm-hmm.
I have a whole lot of cattle. When was the last time you heard me say that I've been selling milk? That may have been deliberate.
So, size matters. Is a vast estate or small town? Yep.
Yeah, so we got room.
So we got some room. Hi, Emanamo.
Oh, there's a hydrate, by the way.
Hydrate, everybody.
Hydrate comes in a little glass vial.
A little glass vial?
A little glass vial.
Yeah.
So, y'all ready to rock, guys?
Yeah.
I've done everything I can to prep you all, barring rolling until stuff works. I think that is boring.
Alright, so where are you in the ranch? It is a large area, as you have just described.
Mm-hmm.
There's a windmill here. There's certainly a windmill. It's a ranch.
Sure.
You know, one of those little ones, like they have in Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something that would make, I don't know, a perfect sniper's roost.
Yeah.
I think we're all sitting out underneath that, barring a certain individual.
Yep. So I'm definitely up in the top of the windmill, hanging out.
I whisper under my breath the following name and see if it hits anything. Oliver Oakhart. Relentless Pursuit.
I hate to be a pedant, but are you sure that's what you want to say?
You know what? No.
Oakenheart.
No, I didn't say that. The Grim Hunter.
That's clever. I'll be entirely truthful. I was simply trying to remind you that his name is Oakenheart.
Mm-hmm.
Kinsey was correct there,
Yeah,
but that would work better.
it doesn't matter if he's still Oakenheart or not. I know what he is now, and that is certainly a name he would identify with. Just as I'm certain if I used this for the Lord of Tales, this would immediately fail because I'm not going to be able to win a fucking Clash of Wills with a true Fae. Or worse, it would succeed and he would find it amusing.
All right. So, Relentless Pursuit. Remind me, does that require a roll or anything?
Only if he is supernaturally concealed. Is he currently supernaturally concealed?
Bear with me a moment. Sorry, I'm just looking up contracts and things.
I need to teach this to you, Kit, because the Beast one also lets us see what the target is doing at the moment of the contract. And I gotta tell you, sometimes that would have been real useful.
Yeah, it's definitely one of them on the list of things I'm very tempted to get. Let's see. What are we
Alrighty. Yes, this will trigger a Clash of Wills. Roll weird plus appropriate finesse attribute. So I'll let you choose your finesse.
I'm gonna say this seems like a wits moment. What do you guys think?
That sounds good.
Willpower. Exceptional success at 5. Beat that, you asshole.
Yeah, you say that.
I know he's going to. I'm doing my best here, bud. Listen, man, I got 5 on an 8. If he beats this, there was nothing I could do. At least it tells us he's supernaturally concealed and we can deal with that.
Yeah. Sending bad karma to the RNG. Hey, it worked.
All right. You have succeeded. So, can you read me that contract and let me know what it says happens? Because I'm looking up a bunch of contracts right now, personally.
The changeling sniffs the air, speaking her target's name or a description of him to follow the trail of his nightmares. She instinctively knows the direction and rough distance of her target. If he's in another realm, she knows which one. If the target is using supernatural means to evade pursuers, this contract triggers a Clash of Wills. The elemental thing is not relevant for this, and I did not use the loophole. This lasts until the sun next passes the horizon.
Alrighty.
Well, I'm glad we're able to help Delilah, though we should make sure that this is the red-eyed scary thing that was bothering them. I'm happy to visit some dreams to make sure. You know I love it in Dreamland.
All right.
You're muted.
Some of our best adventures are in the Dreamlands.
Kenny's good at dreams.
He is.
Next.
Okay, I thought it was I who was muted. So, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, when invoking Relentless Pursuit, the pull of the weird inexorably tugs your eyes to the top of the windmill.
He's right there next to you.
Um, shit. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. I dive. I dive out of the windmill. On my way down, I'm going to activate. Was it the wing and talon, and go swim and dive into the earth and burrow burrow away. Get some distance between me and him.
I tell Bob to shoot him.
All right, and Vigilance of Ares goes off. You hear a howl from behind you.
I pull a stake out of my pocket.
Stake or Steak?
Steak.
We did know that this was going to happen, so yeah, definitely would have.
And we're talking a mundane steak, not one of the magic ones, right?
Yeah.
Good
Please
idea.
don't feed a powerful goblin fruit to an enemy.
Fruit has gotten
Nope.
to be
This
very...
is just a shitty ribeye.
Fair enough. I draw my bow and get ready for the violence.
All right, everyone, let's roll initiative because this is about to start.
There's a steak in my boot. I'm here to hunt vampires, apparently. Alright, so... Initiative.
Looks like I'm not doing so hot this time around.
Wow, I think this is the first time I'm going to outspeed you.
I mean, twos happen.
And nines happen.
Yeah. So between that, you're at what, a 15 and I'm at a 12?
Yep.
Yeah.
Could you roll for the NPCs? I gave you their character sheets.
You got it. Sorry, popping that open real quick.
I'll roll for Leo.
Tibbs, could you handle Ellie? I feel like that makes the most sense.
Give me a sec.
I got Madam Anybody and Penelope.
Word. Kelly's awesome. We like it.
Oh, crap. Initiative is Dex plus Composure. 6.
All right, Kelly. You can stand up and sling shield. Good.
Should I roll for Bob or does he just go on my turn?
Goes on your turn. He's not a character. He's a retainer. He's part of your class features, as far as I can tell.
He is a merit. All right, and you were going for Kelly, right, Kit?
Yes, sir.
Madam Anybody was deeply surprised. Hey, guess what? I don't have the worst initiative roll here.
Alrighty, so I believe that's everybody.
Now that's everybody.
All right, what is Kelly have access to?
Alrighty. So, let's start the round with Kinsey.
Okay. I hold the stake out to the doggy.
right. Kinsey turns to the howling behind them. The Hunter's Herald is definitely different than the last time you saw it with the Grim Hunter, where it was a bloodhound. This animal still resembles the bloodhound in the coloration of its fur, but it looks closer to some sort of dire wolf hybrid, multiple times bigger than it ever was. It looks between you and the stake, and you're not entirely sure what it's thinking. If you're going to do this, roll presence plus animal kin at a -2.
Don't you have, like, Hobkin or something like that?
Yes,
Yeah.
but this isn't a hobgoblin.
Damn.
It's the Hunter's Herald.
Damn it, Harold.
It's part of a huntsman's panoply.
You said -2, right?
Yep.
Exceptional success.
The wolf snaps the stake out of Kinsey's hand. It will not be acting this turn.
Good boy. What a good boy.
By the way, congratulations on your giant condition, because that was the dog showing up.
Yep. And Bob acts on your turn, so what is Bob doing?
Bob is going to shoot at the Grim Hunter.
All right, shooting blind. That's a -5 penalty.
So I think that's a 5 total.
He fails.
Alrighty. Bob's gunshot goes wild.
Everyone, please take a moment to remember that Bob is, beyond standing up, mostly a house cat, and is carrying, I believe, just a standard Glock.
Yes.
It's very large. He's doing his best.
Glocks don't have a ton of kickback, but in these kitty arms, I'm just imagining them going like like a deagle.
Elliot, you're up next.
I have, I believe, a way of tracking where he is, so I don't believe I'm exactly fighting blind. I've got distance and direction. So I think I can just shoot at him.
You're not shooting completely blind, that's true, but you still can't see him. You simply know where he is.
Would you accept -3 instead of -5?
Yes.
Alright, so that's Dex plus Athletics. By the way, I just want everyone to know, who doesn't get to see this sheet, Leo's intimidation specialty is Big Angry Lion, and I have been chuckling to myself ever since I got a look at this, because it's the greatest thing I've seen written on one of these sheets. Anyways, I have a decent Dex and decent Athletics, and I'm rolling with 9 again, because I spent some resources on that tonight. And while I'm not as good as Kit is at shooting things, I'm hoping that this will carry. God bless everybody. Nope. Solid miss. Actually, fuck that. Spend the willpower. If I can touch him. 2 successes.
Alrighty, let's take a look at his armor then. Because I believe this doesn't get defense, right?
Yeah, I believe the bows and such work like firearms do.
Right, so what would be the total damage here?
Just a second. I believe the longbow is just +1, but let me triple check. Right. Looks like it's a +2.
All right, so that comes out to a total of
That's gonna be 4.
all right, 4 lethal damage. The ballistic armor downgrades that to 4 bashing, and the general armor downgrades that to 2 bashing. Rattlebones takes 2 bashing damage.
Alright, and I'm gonna activate the effect to root him on the spot.
All right. Kit,
This is gonna be funny. Alrighty. So,
you have some idea of where he is, but he is still invisible currently. So instead of a -5 penalty, since you can see some areas where he's rooted to the spot, it'll be a -4.
okay. So instead of that, I'm going to activate Talon and Wing again. Okay. Now that I've popped up out of the ground and whatnot, and I'm going to give myself the thermal vision of snakes.
Fine, that works.
Am I able to see them?
Let me check and see. Does Talon and Wing work that way, first off? Bear with me. I believe it does, but I want to confirm before we move forward.
Yeah. You're good. I just had it up. The Talon Wing, transportation mode of a beast, increasing its speed by 10. Gains sense of a beast, giving that player a 3-die bonus to perception rolls and eliminating penalties in dim light or darkness. The character gains claws of a beast, given his unarmed brawl attacks a weapon modifier of +0 lethal. If his unarmed attacks deal lethal damage, they become preternaturally sharp and deal aggravated damage instead.
So yeah, it's kind of pedantry regarding whether this is a low light penalty.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll say it eliminates it.
Okay. Actually, reading that, I'd also like to spend the extra glamour to give myself the to upgrade to get the lethal claws, or aggravated claws. Now that I've done that, I'm going to spend 2 glamour to duplicate that effect onto someone else, using my autumn court mantle.
Hi, Kenzie.
Leo.
No, Leo's got a sword. Do it
Oh,
to
Leo's got a
Kenzie.
Okay.
Kenzie's the brawler.
Well, I was just thinking that upgrading to Leo to aggravated
Actually,
claws would be really handy.
yeah, no, actually, Leo. Sorry, I just read his character sheet and he's all in on brawl. I don't
Yeah.
know why I remembered a sword.
He does have a sword, but he is all in on brawl too.
Yeah,
So
he's all in on Brawl, and he gets an exceptional success if he's using Brawl to defend someone he cares about.
Fuck yeah.
So I spend two glamour to give Leo the effects of the contract that I just gave myself.
So he's got thermal vision and claws?
And aggravated claws, yeah.
Cool.
Bigger, scarier lion.
And I lay down and start aiming with my my rifle.
Alrighty. Then that's Kelly's turn.
All right. Kelly Crinoline. Doesn't Kelly have the one for betrayal? Am I hallucinating that one? No, that's the other one.
You've got the character sheet.
Yeah, no, she's got elemental weapon here, and is good at whatever kind of weaponry you feel like dealing with.
Okay.
So why don't you use that and go all in?
Give me a second here. Let me. When I use Primal Glory, do I get to choose the element, or is it the specific element on learning the contract?
If it's the element you consume if you're doing that, or you select one. But if you use the one Kelly's made out of, they get the field of damage.
Okay.
So if they eat a bit of cloth, which I'm sure one of us has on them.
But if I use, say, wood, she becomes immune.
That's only if they're ogre.
It's only if they're ogre?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Primal Glory and send them into the fight. Sorry, I'm jumping around all over the place here because books aren't behaving for me.
So consume the glamour or don't, and send them forward, and whoever they're nearby starts taking damage.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, I'm so sorry. She's gonna eat a bit of her shirt so that she can get the Primal Glory for free. Then, on her way in, cast Elemental Weapon and go to town. What kind of weapons is she good at? She is good at. Okay. Looks like fisticuffs. No. Arms. Yeah. Okay. So.
Pick your favorite.
Yeah. So yeah, she's gonna make a sword made out of cloth, of denim. So sorry. Sorry this is taking so long. All right.
Presence plus survive plus weird. On Kelly Crinoline, that's 2 plus 5 plus 1. So 8. Roll 8, count your successes, decide them out. I think that's probably going to be your turn at that point.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did make this slower when I gave you some NPCs to take with you.
Ooh,
it's all right.
That...
I'm reading through Madame Anybody's and Penelope stuff right now.
Okay. She's gonna spend a willpower to re-roll that.
Just make sure to mark it so you remember.
Yep. Okay, 3 success. Sounds that.
Alrighty. So she's got Primal Glory going on.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's the armor made from the element from which she has affinity, it deals damage to anyone within her weird meters of her. What is her weird again?
1.
All right. That is her turn.
Yep.
Leo?
Leo, do you want to run Leo, Kenzie?
Yes, if that's okay.
He's got aggravated claws right now.
So who is around for him to aggravated claw at?
I believe we have a dog, and we've got the pinned, what's his name on the roof? The Grim Hunter on the thing. So he could either go up and fight him, or he could tear the dog up.
Let's tear the dog up. So I'd like to do strength plus brawl to grab the dog.
Alrighty.
May I suggest against grapple?
Sure.
Because grapple won't do damage, and you've got some fucking damage to do with this guy. But, up to you.
What would you suggest? Athletics?
No, just strength plus brawl to punch him. Beat the shit out of him. Claw his face
Yeah.
off.
Oh, okay.
Go for damage instead of a grapple. You'll win the grapple, but, you know.
And that is an exceptional success. Because I do believe that Leo cares for me.
Alrighty. Let's see. Brawl just does straight damage. It doesn't get
Do the claws
Addition-
add damage, Kit?
So the phrasing on it says that it gives them a +0 lethal, and if they already have claws that have lethal damage, it gets upgraded to aggravated.
yeah, he
He's
does
Yes.
have lethal mean.
So
Yeah.
he's up to aggravated 0.
Yeah. So as a beast by default, he has lethal claws.
So, bash and slash.
So what do I do now?
All right. Leo rakes his claws against the herald's face, exposing bone. Bone made of fine glass thorns. It yelps, dropping the stake and jumping backwards. It lost its action this turn, but it's no longer interested in the stake. All right. Penelope's turn.
Alright, so Penelope has a thing called Paralyzing Presence that I'm trying to find real quick. I do apologize, but I am searching books desperately right now. That's on 129 for those of you playing at home, and me desperately searching through stuff, and I'm pretty sure that this is a useful thing right now. Yeah, we've got the cowed or insensate tilts on offer, so presence plus intimidation plus weird versus their composure plus weird, going after the dog because we can see them. So that's 6 plus 2 is 8. That's 5 successes versus the dog's composure plus weird.
All right. All right.
As that's a exceptional success, I believe they will be suffering the cowed condition as well as the insensate tilt.
Alrighty, let's take a look at those for everybody playing along. The insensate tilt. The character shuts down either due to extreme fear or sudden pleasure. The character can't take any actions until the tilt is resolved. He can apply defense to incoming attacks, but if he takes any damage from an attack, the tilt ends.
Cowed. Your character's been put in her place through the violence and dominance of another. She suffers a -2 penalty on any physical and social rolls to oppose the character who inflicted this condition if he does not spend willpower. Changelings with this condition add 1 die to clarity damage rolls. So, Penelope has secured their own safety and fucked up the dog until they clear their head. I think that was a good move.
So anything else?
I think that's going to be Penelope's turn, other than moving to any variety of cover that might be available from the dude on top.
Well, this is Kit's ranch. What is out here, Kit?
So, the area that we're in, unfortunately, would
Would
be
there be hay bales?
so this particular area would be like a the secondary like grazing area. So there's honestly there's not a lot.
Would there
It's
be some troughs for water?
along the yeah, yeah, there would be some spots for water and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, then they'd be over here by the windmill, because that's how it's done. The windmill is a pump for water.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Are there any of the thistle cows out and about?
No, when we got here, I had the staff move them.
inside.
Yeah. Well, the cows would have made better cover.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
All right. So Penelope moves to the troughs.
Mm.
All right. And it is Rattlebone's turn. Rattlebones ripples into visibility. He has changed quite a lot. He is several feet larger. His clothes are still on him in tatters, except for his shirt, which has been entirely ripped away. You can see the awkward seam where his flesh was melded back together, and out of it spills golden light. One eye glows red, the other glows dimly gold. From his head grows a crown of the glass thorns of the hedge. In one hand, he has the largest rifle you've ever seen. In the other, a rope.
Hi, Leo. The gun that you remembered happening has just triggered your informed condition.
All right.
Now we're just waiting on the rope, and I believe that's most of it.
Rattlebones shouts, "Do you know what you have? Do you understand what you have done to me?"
My dude, you have made every decision that got you here, and you're still ready to blame somebody else. We weren't even here when you fucked up the first time. Ambition is a poison. Too much and you die.
If you had simply let things be, then I might have gotten the title.
You do. It's right there. You got what you wanted.
Without speaking another word, Rattlebones levels the rifle at Elliot and shoots.
All right, excellent. Okay, so I've got an armor of 4/6 at the moment. This is probably still whatchamacallit, ballistic, so hopefully that will help.
You have summer mantle?
I do not have enough summer mantle.
Okay.
All right.
Life
Rattlebones will be using willpower to re-roll that.
I am so glad to be expending his resources because he's pissed off at me. And yes, I am deliberately trying to get him to shoot me. Why do you ask?
All right.
I assume he does lethal damage?
No. So that will be 7 aggravated damage. What is your armor?
It's currently 6/4.
So that that downgrades it to 6 points of it from aggravated to lethal.
Mm-hmm.
And
Removes.
4 of those points of lethal are gone.
So 1 egg, 2 lethal.
Yep. He struggles against the bindings, but is not able to break free.
God, you can't shoot for shit, and you're still ugly. Not one of these transformations have worked out for you.
All right. That is Madam Anybody's turn.
Okay, Madam Anybody, I have sat here considering what they're capable of for a while, and I only have one idea. Cupid's arrow. Going to be making a wits plus empathy plus mantle versus their composure plus weird. They're not particularly good at this.
Which book is that in?
That's in the main one. It's a Spring Court book. I'm going to be replacing their most ardent desire with one of my choice. Because I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but we gotta try stuff.
It's funny because for some reason the search function does not want to acknowledge it. I had to just search for Cupid.
Yeah, that's the problem that I've been having. That's why Kelly's turn took so long for me.
All right. Wits plus empathy plus mantle, and then versus Rattlebone's composure plus weird.
I am surprised at her terrible, terrible mantle, but here we are. Here we go. They fail. Never mind.
All right. No re-rolls or anything?
Why not? What's the worst case? 1 success. Fail or don't. Composure plus weird. He doesn't seem a well-composed gentleman. No, he's fine.
Right. And failure, the contract fails.
Yep.
So nothing special.
Yep.
That wasn't a dramatic failure. All right, top of the action order, Kinsey and Bob.
So that's not happening.
So Kenzie decides to have Bob shoot the dog, first of all. Does he get his full 10 on this?
Yep, the dog's not invisible.
Four successes.
So just... Sorry.
Go on.
Just to clarify, we've never seen the horse attack anyone, right? It's just a movement mode, as far as we've seen with the previous Grim Hunters, right?
Yeah, but Rattlebones didn't bring a horse.
I'm suspicious, okay? Anyways.
All right. The bullet strikes the wolf, which instantly dissolves into a cloud of hedge thorns.
Way to go, Bob!
Rattlebones growls at you. You do realize that the hound is a part of my panoply. It is my herald. It will be back.
Yes, but
Excellent. Using his voice as a locator, I climb up towards him to grapple.
Well, he's visible now, but sure.
Oh, he's visible now. Well, fuck. Never mind. I lied. So I'm going to use dexterity plus... I'm going to use dexterity plus animal ken.
On him?
Nope. I'm going to use it to call a bunch of hobgoblin creatures and animals out of the hedge to help us.
What are you... Is that a contract?
I think they're hedge spinning.
Yeah, I'm hedge spinning.
Head spinning. Makes sense. All right, make your rolls. Alrighty.
That many
Okay.
dice and I get 2 successes. Hold
Do
on.
you want to re-roll that?
Well, if you want to use a subtle shift, 2 dice does introduce a hazard to the scene, such as carnivorous grass or a swarm of bees.
Yes, I would like to use a subtle shift, and I will.
Angry
Um,
crows?
any
Sorry.
specific reason?
Because he's in the air and we aren't?
You know what else gets in the air really easily? Irritating house cats. I'd like to summon a swarm of angry house cats who think that he has treats.
Grimalkins aren't the only kind of whatchamacallit, hobs there are. That's been rather explicit several times. You have to do special things to make them a Grimalkin. Otherwise, they just be more cattish than human cat. There's probably a few about.
All right. From the thorns of the nearby hedge erupts a swarm of 2 dozen cats, who immediately began climbing their way up the windmill. All right, Elliot, your turn.
All right. Um, so I got hurt pretty badly, and that was the goal. But the thing is, the other thing I'm very good at is unfucking myself when I'm hurt. Gift of Warm Blood. That's wits plus medicine plus mantle, casting 1 glamour and 1 willpower. I forgot to mention this during my last thing, but I deliberately baited out an attack from the largest cannon you've ever seen to hit me in the face so all of these people around me are safe. Do I get a willpower for friendship?
Makes sense to me.
Thank you. Right. So that's going to be 9 dice. No whammies. 2 successes. Not a lot, but still something. I'm going to reduce some of that damage and hopefully feel a little bit better. Each success on the invocation downgrades one of the target's wounds from aggravated to lethal, lethal to bashing, or bashing to fully healed. So I'm going to get rid of that aggravated and put one of the lethals down to bashing.
All right, excellent. So that's your turn.
That's going to be my turn. Yeah.
All right, Kit.
All right. So I was looking for the chart for this. I do apologize. But I think I'm going to follow Kinsey's play here. I'm going to try and do some hedge spinning. I would like to draw some arcane runes in the dirt, causing the see if I can cause the ground to open up long enough for the windmill to fall through and close just before the huntsman fully gets swallowed. See if I can
Pin him in the earth.
pin him in the earth, basically.
Well, let's see what we can do.
So I was thinking wits plus occult.
All right. And you're trying to bind him again.
Bind him more thoroughly with the earth itself instead of, or with um, the ground itself rather than some vines or something like that.
I think we're trying to knock him down. I think we're trying to
That
get
too.
him knocked down as well as immobilized.
Yeah.
Perhaps a pinned. I think there's a pinned about here.
Yeah, that's the one that's what I was thinking of.
All right.
All right. Wits plus occult. Let me check. This is not a Monday, no. Okay. That is fine. That's still a 9 with 9 again and hurt. All right. 9 successes.
All right. On head spinning.
Yep.
All right.
Unfortunately, I didn't find the chart in time to see what I can do with that.
Give me 30 seconds. 204.
204.
Second page is on 206. You probably want something on 206. I've got these ones marked. We use them a lot. So how many did you get?
9.
Ah. You could throw a persistent condition for any character as long as a hedge feature currently in the environment could impose it. There's some nasty-ass conditions here.
All right. Conditions. Let's do that. All right. Let's see here. Conditions. I'm so sorry, guys. Conditions. What page do you have the conditions on?
339, I believe.
Yeah,
359?
it's one of the appendices.
I'm so sorry I'm taking so long.
So, after we get this guy knocked down, we just need to beat the ever-living crap out of him.
So, just to remember here, this use of hedge spinning introduces a persistent condition for any character as long as a hedge feature currently in the environment could impose it, which fades without resolution when the target leaves the hedge. So no making up new stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so
I've got an idea. It's a persistent condition. Disabled. The fucking the earth and the windmill collapse together, pinning his legs beneath them. Your character has limited or no ability to walk. Speed is 1. Must rely on a wheelchair or other device to travel. He didn't bring a horse, so he's going to be stuck here.
Yeah. So instead of the ground swallowing him up, the ground opens up enough to topple the windmill over, and he manages to get pinned underneath it and crushes his lower legs.
Or at least pins them.
Or at least pins them.
All right. Rattlebones is now pinned in the ground.
Alrighty.
All right. So Kelly next.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I believe Kelly has a has a weapon made of jeans, denim, and we have a rattlebones on the ground. So let's do some fighting. All right. So, let's see here. Does Kelly have anything changing what she uses with weaponry?
Nope. You gave them a weapon last time,
Mm-hmm.
so swing bada bada. Whatever weapon you made, use it this turn.
Yep. So, strength plus weaponry. Should be 3 and total.
So you're getting into melee?
Yep.
Awesome. 1 lethal damage for, what's his fuck?
Yep. And I got 1 success with the weaponry, with the attack roll. Unfortunately, I don't know off the top of my head the damage of elemental weapons.
Let's see. He does get his defense, I believe.
Mhm.
Is that correct?
Yes. It's a melee attack, so he gets his defense, so you'll need to re-roll that minus his defense.
His defense is 3.
Okay, my apologies. 1 success.
All right. And that is lethal, correct?
Uh,
Either way, since he's got 4-2 armor, that comes down to 0 damage.
Yes, that's a +3 weapon, plus whatever damage, so that would not get through.
Okay. Alrighty. But hey, you got the
Hold on a second. You're right. That's a +3 weapon, right? And you rolled a 1.
yes.
So let's see. That would be 4 damage total.
Mhm.
The ballistic damage doesn't do anything to melee hits, I believe. Is that correct?
As far as I'm aware.
Bear with me just a moment.
How
I'm
many
trying to be-
successes did you get on the elemental weapon?
I
I think it
Don't
was
even-
2. I want to say 2.
Let me scroll back through here.
Because normal traits of its kind to which the player can add any of the following +1 modifier per success spent. So, with a maximum of 3 successes per option. So sorry, that was a 6 damage weapon. If it's a standard sword. Swords are +3 from 3 successes.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
7 damage.
And I checked. Ballistic armor is specifically against firearms.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 7 lethal damage, you said. Hold on, like, just to make sure, can you walk me through how it got to 7 damage again?
The weapon has normal traits for its kind to which the player can add any of the following. +1 weapon modifier per success spent, decrease the initiative penalty by 1 per success spent, or range bracket per success spent to a maximum of 3 successes per option. So +3 damage, and a sword is +3. So that's a grand total of 6 damage.
All right. And that means ballistic armor doesn't work. General armor reduces the total damage taken by 1 point, starting with the most severe type of damage. So 7, that is 5 lethal instead.
Word.
Which means that I have, in fact, got 2 bashing instead of, because I would have reduced the aggravated instead of the lethal first.
Fair enough. All right. And Leo?
Leo looks at our friend here, Mr. Goldeneye. Well, was Goldeneye. And begins to take him apart. Or try to take him apart. But he's going to do it a little differently. We're going to use overpowering dread.
All right, what does that contract do?
It is a contested contract. The changeling dominates her target into fearful submission. She stares at her target, though he need not see her, while she slowly and methodically destroys an object. He's going to be
The remnants of the steak?
the remnants of the steak. He's just going to be tearing it apart with his claws. On a success, the changeling, channeling her quiet destruction into her target, she curses him with the frightened condition. So it's presence plus intimidation plus weird versus composure plus weird.
All right.
He's having a bad day, huh?
And
All right, make your roll, and I'll make his.
6 successes.
8 successes. All right, so in that case, da, 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 da. Failure. The contract fails.
Okay.
I mean, sorry, Rattlebone simply got the more successes.
Yep. Nope. That's just what happens.
All right, the intimidation simply goes over Rattlebones' head. He is too angry to be intimidated currently. Penelope?
Do I do the effective one or the funny one?
always do the funny one.
Red Revenge. Does Penelope consider me a friend? They must if they decide to come out here and back me up.
Yeah.
I got hurt. The Changeling uses this contract to exact vengeance for a loved one or a friend. Penelope spends 0 glamour, does not roll, and raises their hands to the sky, calling all the hatred and misery that exists in this wretched world. Her skin breaks open as the wrath flows in her, and a blood-red aura surrounds her. She gains +3 to her initiative, intimidation, and physical attribute ratings, which also increases derived traits. She gains 3/3 armor and the berserk condition. She then goes and tears this boy apart with her bare hands.
All right, make a strength plus brawl roll.
Yep. Which would normally be 2 dice, but now has actually got some dice.
He does get his defense, which
How
is
many
3.
defense? Alright. So, this is still not a ton, but it's something. And also, it's funny to imagine Penelope, our little prophetess, tearing this man apart. And success! It's a damage. We tried.
All right. That'll be a bashing. All right. So it's Rattlebones' turn. He struggles briefly, pulling a couple inches of his body out of the ground, but not able to fully free himself. I'm not going down this easily. I will bring your head to the Lord and buy my life back. He touches the ground and screams as loud and hard as he can. He uses Inescapable Snare. How many people were just within melee range, and are the rest of you? We haven't talked distance at the moment, so I'm going to be generous and say only the ones who are within melee range of Rattlebones who attacked him will be affected.
That's going to be Penelope and Leo.
And Kelly.
Leo used long distance.
Oh, Leo's not there, so it's Kelly and Penelope. Were you there, Kenzie? I think you were casting this turn.
Yeah, I was casting near the dog.
Yeah.
By spending 1 glamour, the huntsman denotes an area up to 10 square meters and can attempt to grapple any victims in the area using the snare, using its own attributes and skills with a +3 bonus to the dice pool. The bonus increases to +5 if it uses one of its panoply tools as the snare. A huntsman's snare counts as iron for purposes of negating the effects of fey magic, such as portaling and contracts. He is not using his rope at the moment, so he only gets the +3.
Okay.
All right, so grappling time, folks. Everyone's favorite time.
All right, I'll be Penelope.
Yep, and I got
Penelope
Kelly.
and Kelly. Right?
Mm-hmm. And it's a strength plus brawl.
Yep.
Hold on just a moment. I'm pulling up the grapple rules.
So what's going to happen is everybody's going to make a strength plus grapple if he's hit, which it sounds like he
Strength
has.
plus brawl versus strength plus brawl.
Gotcha.
All right, first I make an unarmed attack. To start, if it works, they're grappled, and then it's grappling.
So you'll need to swing at each person in turn.
All right.
Penelope's
Bear with me here.
defenses. Let me just check something. So their wits is now their lower thing because their physics went up. So they have a defense of 3.
Alrighty.
Kelly activates Cloak of Leaves. They're good. Your character has learned to embrace his worries and fears and uses them as a shield against the supernatural. Anyone using a supernatural ability to cause damage or inflict physical tilts upon the character suffers a penalty equal to his dots on in this merit. Supernatural abilities include contrast, kith, blessing, vampire disciplines, mage spells, and other innate abilities used by supernatural creatures. So -3 from his dice pool before you roll.
-3, and what's Kelly's defense?
4.
So -7. Alrighty. This one's for Kelly. All right. Kelly is grappled and will be making the opposed roll momentarily.
Okay.
Penelope doesn't have that cloak of leaves.
Just
so
-3 from their defense.
Mm-hmm. All right.
They get to make a grapple selection right now.
All right. So Rattlebones got an exceptional success and makes gets to choose a grapple option reflexively. Let's see. He is going to hold Penelope.
Goodbye to your defense.
All right. And now it is time for the opposed rolls. Does Cloak of Leaves continue?
I believe this is just a grapple check at this point.
Yeah, but it's strength plus brawl versus strength plus brawl, so I wanted to ask.
Tibbs, you're silent.
Let me pull it back up here. I was going in like 5 different directions. 111.
Well, I'll run
Alright.
Penelope while we're working on that. So everyone makes a grapple check all at once.
Right, what's Penelope's defense again?
That's not relevant for this. It's just
Oh, it isn't?
It's just raw strength plus brawl as a contested roll.
Okay,
So-
then. In that case, it doesn't matter.
So yeah, for the Cloak of Leaves, it is just a flat anyone using a supernatural ability to cause damage or inflict physical tilts. It's just always on.
All right, then I will. And that is a -3, you said? Or -4?
Yeah. -3 from the Cloak of Leaves.
All right. So that's just always on then.
So make your roll, make our roll, and we'll see who wins.
All right, 6 successes
Who is that against?
versus
that's a-
Penelope.
No. Okay.
Because we were doing that while you were looking up for Kelly.
All right, and now I shall roll for Kelly. 1 success.
All right, Penelope first, and then I'll roll again for Kelly.
Probably. Okay.
Because we already declared that he was going after Penelope.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good.
All right, make your roll. And the 4 was for Kelly.
Okay. So Kelly is.
So all participants make a single check, and the person with the most chooses a single grapple option to enact immediately. So that's among the entire grapple. So we'll be taking, unfortunately, that 6 to start with.
Okay, so 6 versus 1 versus Penelope's roll.
So that means that you get to choose in this whole grapple one action that Ralbones gets to take.
Right.
If Penelope can't outroll him, which Penelope has not yet done.
No, I did roll. I got a 1 success.
Oh, that says 1 success from Kit Cotton.
Just above you. Sorry,
So
3 successes.
3 successes.
Yeah, my apologies.
All right, so 1 grapple option that's enacted. All right, then in that case, Penelope is upgraded from. Actually, no. Kelly is also held.
All right, so everyone has lost their defense. Everyone is immobilized.
All right. You hear the howl of the wolf in the thorns. It will rejoin the battle on the next turn.
Well, let's not let there be one of those, shall we?
Madam, anybody?
Madam Anybody has been helpfully reminded that there are other things to do than direct damage, or rather I have been, and has a survival of 5 and a wits of 4. Survival involves skills that have to do out in the wilderness, generally. We're in the wilderness. We're out in the thorns, and I'm going to call us up essentially a Thunderdome to keep things that are outside out and the things inside in, if I can. I believe that's wits plus survival. Would you accept that?
Yep, and your head spinning?
Yep.
All right, make those rolls.
3 successes. Let's see, what can I get? Thank you for your patience. We appreciate. So, I believe with that one, I'm going to transform a hedge object, structure, or terrain feature not currently in use into something completely different of roughly the same size or mass, like turning a wall all into huge gemstones or stream into a beanstalk. We're in a fenced-off field that you let cows in.
Yeah.
I'm going to let that fence be what it originally was. The thorns. The thorns rise into the sky, blocking off this area. Nothing goes in, nothing comes out.
All right, I'll allow that.
I worked so hard on that. All right.
I'm real fucking sorry.
You good. You good.
Yell at Madam Anybody later.
That's
Whose turn?
All right, it is Kenzie and Bob.
All right. First of all, what are my cats doing, Kenny?
They are going after Rattlebones. They are specifically, you said house cats, so they are bothering him, and they will be inflicting a penalty on his attack rolls.
Perfect. Okay. I would like Bob to shoot Rattlebones.
All right, make the roll.
Four successes.
All right, what kind of weapon does he have?
I believe he's got a standard pistol, unless I'm mistaken. Would you say that's a heavy pistol or a light pistol, Lex?
I thought it was a light pistol because he is cat.
Light.
Yep, +1 damage.
All right, so 5 lethal. He's got 4 ballistic damage, 4 ballistic armor, and 2 general armor. So that means he takes 3 bashing.
Fill up the bars, man.
And then Kenzie will be grappling the huntsman.
All right, so you're gonna.
Join the grapple.
Yes.
All right, so make your roll. And as I understand it, everyone in the grapple gets to roll when this happens, right?
Yep.
Two successes.
All right.
just let me know when you're ready for mine.
Rattlebones makes his roll. He got a 5. As an exceptional success, this means he gets to inflict a thing right now, right?
No, this is just a standard. He would get 2 during the thing if. So this is everyone makes a strength plus brawl roll because Lex made a successful grab and joined it, and now we're just having a round robin.
Okay. So 5 is the number to beat currently.
I failed. Lex, make your you made your grab. Make your grapple roll.
And Kelly will get a 1 too.
Yeah, I got a 1.
5.
5 versus 5.
I don't remember what to do on there. Sorry, I don't have everything memorized.
Give me a second. I'm reading this as we go.
185. Thank you, everyone, for being here during the we're playing with all the weird rules night.
On a tie, the characters continue to grapple, but nothing else happens.
Best possible option. Way to go.
Works for me.
All right, so Kenzie is grappling, but that's it. All right. Elliot.
All right, he's denied his defense. He's laying on the ground because he's holding two people. That means he has 0 defense. I'm just gonna walk.
He is not conventionally grappling. He is using the inescapable snare.
It.
But I am conventionally grappling, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
but
does lose his defense. But I wanted to let you know that he is not physically holding anyone but Kenzie.
absolutely. Regardless, since he has lost his defense, I'm gonna take my eye shots while I got him. This is just gonna be a straightforward shot. If we get damage on him, he goes down. So that's Dex plus Athletics. I'm gonna spend willpower just to try and do as much damage as I can. This is a +3 weapon, 7 damage. It does go through his ballistic armor, though.
All right, 7 lethal damage. He does get his ballistic, which downgrades 4 of it to bashing. So he takes 4 bashing damage and 3 lethal. All right. Bear with me just a moment.
Alrighty.
All right. Onward we go. So, Kit.
Alrighty. I have some fun ideas. Alright. So I'm going to do what I did last turn. Basically, I'm going to do some more hedge spinning with the same dice pool.
Okay.
I have a plan. Trust me on this. Alright, so it was sorry. Alright, wits plus colts. It's gonna be 9 plus done. We'll have 9 and words. Ten successes.
All right, and you were doing hedge spinning
Yes, sir.
to do what?
So if we jump back over here to
Edge spinning.
207, I believe it was.
206, but yeah.
206. Ignore the effects of a single attack or ignore a tilt effect for 1 turn. I believe he used the grapple attack to get everybody, right?
Which gives them the immobilized tilt, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not immobilized for a turn.
All right. So describe how you did that, please.
So let's see here. So Kit takes the butt of his rifle and taps it on the ground 3 times, turns clockwise once, counterclockwise once, and then does a backflip.
Alrighty.
A nice, weird, arcane little ritual that he does to uh, to loosen the grip of the hold long enough for people to do stuff.
Alright, so Kelly and Penelope aren't immobilized, but they are still grappling. Alright, it is Kelly's turn.
All right.
Okay, so they can move around and do stuff now.
Mm-hmm. But they are still grappling because
They-
the snare does have them.
But they have their defense.
Yes.
Okay. Um, they're grappled but not immobilized.
So they just got to grapple.
Actually, since we've already done a grapple this turn, let's see. All participants in the grapple act on the highest initiative among them. The only action they can take is the grappling action.
So every grappler has already grappled, as long as the grapple continues.
Yeah, we did roll everyone's grapple on Kenzie's turn. So, let's see.
So
We're skipping all the way down past Kelly, I guess.
so
Yeah,
I do have a quick question about that.
Yeah.
So it says that I can ignore one attack. Can I ignore the attack where they were grappled in the first place?
It doesn't say how to ignore one attack. So I would say that the best way to handle that would be the Rattlebones' next attack is ignored.
Okay, yeah.
I like that. The next
Yeah, that's-
grapple action that he takes doesn't do anything. That's great. Give us that one, because then he's still losing his defense for this turn, and I've got some people who should probably beat the shit out of him this turn.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
All right.
So in that case, Kelly is already gone. Okay, cool.
But that's fine. They'll get that you said they're ignoring that attack, so I think that's still worthwhile.
Mhm.
All right, so Kelly and Penelope have already gone, but that means Leo has a turn. Rattlebones is already gone, so Leo and then Madam Anybody, and then top of the order.
Okay, so Leo grabs a handful of dirt. I think we've got pretty good dirt here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, great dirt.
Awesome. With lots of minerals and things.
Yeah, well fertilized too.
Excellent. He eats it and pops Primal Glory.
All right.
Speaking
So,
of which,
He now has dirt armor then, right?
Metal armor.
All right. He doesn't have as I believe, he doesn't have the favorite element because he's not an elemental.
yeah, this
I
is
thought
just
he had the
armor.
favorite element metal because he's a metal worker.
Nope, that's just an elemental thing. He won't get the damaging field, he'll just get armor.
All right.
It says he gets the damaging field.
Oh, he does?
Does he have the favorite element? I don't remember. It's been a while.
She touches an element and it cows before her. She gains immunity to damage from mundane instances of the element, suffers only half damage from rounded down from magical sources. It also curls around her in a protective armor like a dog eager to please its master, granting her an armor rating of 1+1. The armor hurts anyone who comes in close, dealing 1 point of lethal damage per turn to anyone who engages in melee against her.
Yeah, but it doesn't go spread out to his weird.
So it'll protect them against direct damage. Speaking of which, if did he take the lethal from Kelly's this turn?
That's a good point. I'll go ahead and do that.
So if he punches Leo, he will get hurt.
Also, Leo has now a collar of thick metal around his neck.
Awesome.
All right.
I believe that's...
Penelope and Rattlebones are part of the grapple. they don't go. Madam Anybody is next.
All right. So, Madam Anybody. Yep. You know, Madam Anybody can talk just about anybody into anything. So I think Madam Anybody is going to use that persuasion to talk the world into turning on this shitty old fucking hunter.
Head spinning.
Head spinning. Will you take a wits plus persuasion to try and convince the world at large?
Sure.
All right. Exceptional success, but 5. All right. I keep going back to the same page. All right. So with 5 successes, yeah, I'm gonna say a major beneficial twist of luck or complication for any character. Yeah, I think I know. A good one. Hey, you know what? You've been screwing around with goblin fruit out here, Kit. You've been doing a
Yep.
lot of crazy, wild stuff. You accidentally took some jackdaggers out here, didn't you? Be a shame if they started sprouting right now.
Yeah, it would.
Kit notices some jackdaggers sprouting from the ground nearby. I'm also allowed to create any one goblin fruit, so, however we want to interpret this.
Alrighty. Then top of the action order here. Everyone's still grappling. Rattlebones' grapple roll is going to be ignored. I'm still going to make it as a chance die just to symbolize that it happened.
If he wins, it just means nothing happens instead of bad things happen to him.
Okay. I believe I'm top of the action order, right?
Yep, so make a grapple.
I would actually not like to make a grapple.
Well, when you're grappling, you can't do that until you win the grapple.
Or you break
Oh.
out.
Okay, then I'm making a grapple.
And you're right, Jeff. We'll just ignore this. So I'll make the roll, and then if he wins, it simply means that nothing happens rather than bad things happen to him. All right. Everyone in the grapple will need to go. So
You've got a 5 currently as a winner.
Rattlebones lost.
And Kenzie has an exceptional success, meaning they get 2.
So that means you can do something before you break free.
Control weapon, maybe?
Yeah, take his fucking gun!
Yeah.
Control weapon and run off with it. Yeah, absolutely. He can summon it back to him, sure, but he will have to spend an action doing that instead of hurting someone.
Well, you'd have to break out the grapple first, too.
Bingo.
So yeah, I would like to control weapon and break free.
All right. You've got the rifle. You've got control of it. Let's see if let's also just check your stats and see if you could actually do anything with it, or if you just have it. Let's see. Give me a moment to pull up the Hurt Locker again. All right. The strength stat needed to use the rifle is 3.
I have fighting finesse and I have 5 dexterity.
I don't. Well, that
It's
would work for making the roll, I suppose. But
it's
this is:
just
are you physically strong enough to pick this up?
You can't aim it is, I guess, the thesis of that statement.
Yeah. Can you pick it up and use it, or are you dragging it along the ground?
Bob can. I hand
Bob
it to
can.
Bob, who
All
takes
right.
his action to shoot.
All right. The rifle is a +5. It's a big game rifle.
Swing better, better. So that's 10 damage. He's got no defense. Well, he wouldn't bet against a firearm, but still.
All right. So, Kenzie gets free of the grapple, and grabs the Rattlebones' rifle. The rifle is passed off to Bob. Bob shoots the rifle at Rattlebones, striking him in the chest. The flesh is ripped away from the cavity where his heart was, exposing the title to air. He shrieks with a loud enough to wake the dead. The ground begins to shake as he pulls free. The earthquake tilt is now in action. Before that, Bob's use of such a huge weapon. The kickback is far too much for a cat his size. He is rocketed into the thorns.
Everyone salute Bob!
so we gotta go get him.
We will get him. He'll be fine.
All right.
In the earthquake tilt, let me read it out. Environmental. Description. Everything shudders and shakes, and rents tear the ground wide open. When the earthquake's actually occurring, all dexterity-based dice pools and defense suffer a -1 to -5 penalty. In this case, I'm inflicting -5 on everybody, Rattlebones included. Characters take between 1 and 3 points of lethal damage per turn of the earthquake's duration. Let's make that 1 for everybody's sake. A reflexive stamina plus athletics roll downgrades that damage to bashing or cancels it on an exceptional success.
What was that roll?
Stamina plus athletics.
Of course.
All right, Elliot, it is your turn.
Well,
Make your stamina plus athletics roll.
Alright, well that's 5 dice. And I need to save my willpower for other things, so I'm gonna take what happens. 1 success, so we're down to bashing. I believe you said 1?
Yep, take 1 bashing damage.
Alright, I've got 2 non-filled boxes left, so we're getting tasty, but most of it is bashing. However, the best way to solve a problem is to kill it. Yeah.
By the way, considering that Rattlebones is now free, I'm considering the grapple over.
You got it.
What?
Alright.
So what are you doing, Elliot?
So he's free for everybody. Are people still like in melee with him? Or is
I
he
said the grapple's over.
I understand, but are people still physically in melee of his personage after this?
Oh, has he moved away?
Yes. Or the other's been knocked away by the earthquake.
He only has
like
speed of 1.
And he's got several sources of immobilize. But but even if that broke, is he not next to other people? I want to know, because otherwise throwing a Molotov cocktail is a terrible fucking idea.
Yes. Since he has been pulled free and is no longer immobilized, I'm going to say, while it's not his turn, I am going to say he has at least moved away from everyone. Since he is the epicenter of the earthquake.
All right. So, athletics plus dexterity to throw a Molotov cocktail. Let's set this motherfucker on fire. I don't think this would do damage, but I think it would give him the burning kind of problem. Localized inferno. Not sure how you want to do it. Regardless, I want to set him on fire.
All right. Let's see.
How much defense does he have these days?
Well, with the penalty, he doesn't get any.
Nice.
Everyone has a -5 penalty to dexterity-based dice pool and defense.
Let me re-roll that then. Gonna put a willpower on this so it's not a single die. It wasn't a chance die, but it was a single die. 1 success. I hit him with a Molotov cocktail.
Alrighty.
Told you I'd get you again, fucker!
I'm just going to deal 1 damage per turn to him because the Inferno tilt doesn't make sense for this.
Fair enough.
Also, don't forget the lethal from Kelly.
Ready?
I'm not super exciting, but that was my turn.
Alright, Kit?
I've been having a lot of fun with the head spinning, so if you don't mind, I'd like to continue on that route.
Alright,
That route.
first make your roll against the earthquake before you do anything else.
Yeah, that was it strength
Stamina plus athletics. Stamina.
Stamina. Oh, okay. Too many tablet buttons. Nope.
Alright, take a lethal damage.
Okay.
Alright, what next?
Alright. Let's see if I can keep the arcane occult bullshit going. So it's done. Because I have an idea. That's Four successes. Alright, so with 4 successes, I can't do quite what I was hoping to. That's okay. And it costs 1 to do what I want, plus the total, right?
Yep.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I am going to... I'm so sorry. Is is he still next to the windmill?
Hmm. Everyone was moved away by the force of the ground shaking. He didn't actually move because it's not his turn.
Okay. Um. So for a 3 cost under the paradigm shift, transform a hedge object, structure, or terrain feature not currently in use into something completely different of roughly same size or mass.
All right.
I like to turn the windmill into liquid gold, into molten gold.
Okay.
Hi, Irony! That's horrific. Way to go.
So that is the windmill transmutes into gold, molten gold. And
Mhm.
the problem with molten things is that it is liquid,
Mhm.
which means it's going to start seeping across the field.
And he's the closest one, yes.
Yes.
But melee is going to be a bad place to be.
So we will say that it moves 5 meters a turn.
Yep.
So it'll get him next. And then if the others don't move out far away, it's going to get everyone else.
Alrighty.
All
And,
right. I would say this would make sense to inflict the Inferno tilt.
okay.
All characters within it suffer a -2 to all rolls due to smoke and heat within 2 turns. Any character that breathes also suffers 2 bashing points, 2 bashing per turn due to smoke inhalation.
Fun.
All right. Kelly's turn.
Okay. Um, so Kelly is going to get out of the way. She's going to pull back and going to okay, going to jump over and use primal weapon again to switch over to a firearm. Let me get the dice pool on that. Presence plus survival plus weird. Okay. So presence 2, survival 7. Okay. One, two. Okay. 4 successes. So
Shifting it to a gun.
yeah. All right. So
Standard
that gives
rifle, I guess.
Yeah,
yes.
because as I understand, it can only make archaic weapons. So we'll say it's the same as a musket.
Okay. So I'm gonna do 3 to give it 3 of those 4 successes are gonna give it +1 modifiers, so +3 in total, and then also the 4th one to increase the range. Yeah, that's how that works, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And looking at the standard rifle, let's see. That's +4, +3, so total of +7.
+7. Okay. And +7, you said. Okay. And that's to damage, not to hit. Okay. That's not maybe. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I'm. Oh, I need to roll uh, composure plus, or stamina plus athletics, right?
Yep.
Sorry. Do fail. So that's gonna be a aggravated or lethal.
Yep.
Okay. All right, now let's actually shoot.
Just a quick note here. What kind of action is elemental weapon? Just to make sure that you can use it and attack in the same turn.
Instant.
Yeah, I believe that means you can attack in the same turn. Yes.
Okay. I am going to do a called shot though. Can I do that as with?
It's a gun.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can shoot one of his arms.
So just, I don't know if anyone else is picturing the same thing, but this is a cloth rifle that's firing needles in my head.
Yep. All right. And I believe I have. Okay, -2. So not much of a dice pool here, but let's see what happens. That's those farms. Okay. No, she misses. Damn.
Alrighty.
But she did move out of the way at least.
Shooting into a fucking burning gas, smoke, and earthquake. I mean, this is the worst possible conditions.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that means Leo's up next.
Okay.
How's Leo's athletics?
Hey, Kenny. Would
Mhm.
resisting an earthquake be considered a show of strength?
Probably.
Exceptional success on his stamina plus athletics. All right, so Leo will be heading to Rattlebones.
Are you sure there's molten gold all around him?
Right. Okay.
Sorry.
Could I suggest something?
Yeah.
I have a strength plus athletics weapon I'm holding that you could take and do a lot better than I will right now.
Yes, that would be lovely.
Please rip the bow out of my hands.
I looked it up here just to make sure. And actions by time, an instant action takes up your turn in an action scene. So we'll just remember that from now on.
Okay.
A reflexive action doesn't.
I knew there was. Well, we've learned stuff today.
Yeah, it's been a while since we needed to do this.
Yeah.
So, Leo?
All right, so I'm taking the bow and I'm using strength plus athletics to fire it at Rattlebones.
It's a +3 damage weapon.
And that 9 dice you got was for resisting the earthquake, right? So that means no damage.
Correct.
Because it was an exceptional. All right, so make your rolls.
4 successes on the bow.
All right, which bow?
My bow. He took
I
it
took-
from me.
Already.
Yeah.
And the bow has a damage rating of what?
+3. It's a longbow. He definitely has enough strength to wield it.
And I don't think you, like, it does the ensnared on hit, doesn't it?
Yep. As long as they take damage.
All right, so it's +3. Got 4, that's 7. 2 gets ignored entirely, that's 5 left. All right. Alrighty. Penelope?
All right, Penelope is currently watching a pool of molten gold go towards their face, and doesn't want to die. So first off, we're gonna make the stamina plus athletics roll and see how that goes. This is actually pretty good because they have a 6 now on stamina, which almost makes up for the fact that they don't have an athletics roll. Luckily, it's only a -1 on these. Here's hope. Alright, 3 successes, so only 1 bashing damage.
All right. 1 damage.
Okay.
All right, now it is Rattlebones' turn. It does. Can you read me the token real quick? As I believe it does do. It does inflict ensnared on hit.
Yes. Just a second. Items acquired during. The hedge bramble bro. The arrows produced by the quiver are more like bundles of hedge bramble than true arrows. When they impact a target, they unfold and immediately ensnare them in thick brambles around the thorns. The rounds inflict the immobilized tilt on any living thing they hit and require a strength plus athletics roll to break, using the wielder's weird in place of durability. What's the weird of Leo? I don't know it off of my head.
You've got his character sheet, but I have it too, and it's open. 3.
3.
So strength plus athletics.
Yep, and he has to bust it with 3 durability.
All right. Since I didn't write the rule for it, I'm going to consider it a reflexive action. All right.
That's what we've been doing so far.
Strength plus athletics, you said?
Yep. There are 6 arrows left in the quiver.
All right, that's an exceptional success. Rattlebones breaks free from the snare. Looking around, let's see. He doesn't seem to be making any plans and goes for the first person near him. That would be Kenzie. First, he gets to roll strength plus composure, same as anybody, because of the earthquake. Stamina plus athletics, actually. Sorry. I was thinking stamina.
What time is it in game?
Well, a fight doesn't take super long, so since you guys just started this fight, I would say it's probably been about 5 minutes. So he takes a bashing. And now he looks around and simply attacks the first person near him. That would be Kenzie. He does have strength plus brawl.
Kenzie was across a pool of molten gold.
And his speed is 1.
I think he fixed that.
Yeah, he's not immobilized anymore.
You also got rid of the terrain feature that was disabling him. It got turned into an inferno.
Plus, he broke free from being buried. I mentioned that several times.
No, I misunderstood.
All right. So he's going to attack with his bare hands the first person nearby, which is Kenzie. All right, and you don't get your defense because of the earthquake unless you have more than 5. What's your defense, Kenzie?
7.
You do have more than 5. So in that case, I'll add that penalty. All right, here we go. 3. What's your armor?
5'7".
All right. In that case, Kenzie doesn't take any damage. All right.
So
The
his chest
dog,
is still open, right?
and he is on fire. He has taken damage from that too. Uh, Also, I believe it is now time for the dog to return.
If he can get through the hedge thorn fence thing.
Let's give him a roll for that. All right. The wolf is able to return. Uh, it it finds the furthest one out, which I imagine would be Elliot,
Yep.
uh, and attempts to bite him.
Go for it. My defense is 6 at the moment.
You don't. Oh yeah, you would get one defense. In that case, let me re-roll because you would get -1 penalty to his attack. Okay, so one success. Do you have any armor?
Yes, I have a armor of 4/6, so 4 against this.
All right. Well, that was just one. So, all right.
I don't know
You
what
don't
the
take.
bonus on his jaws are.
That's a good point. Give me a second.
Fair enough, either direction. And if I'm eating attacks instead of you guys, that's what's important. So, Kenzie, I believe your turn should be coming soon.
Forward. All right. So that is a total of 4 lethal damage before armor is applied. What does that make your? What does that get to after your armor?
0. 4
All right.
damage, 0.
Alrighty then.
The dog chews away at some extremely well made ceramic plates, mostly doing nothing but damaging the clothes over them. My tailor is getting really sick of seeing me after these fights. All right. So whose turn is next?
All right. That would be Madam Anybody.
All right. Madam Anybody notices that he has an open chest with the thing flattering around in the wind. That was what caused all this earthquake shenanigans, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And we have Kenzie, a well-known scallywag and thief nearby. So I'm going to be going for the best equipment bonus I can provide them to a larceny check. So I think that, yeah, I think she's going to scavenge together some, there's, scraps of dead cow about. Some leather gloves are going to form on Kenzie's hands. Epic for stealing.
All
That's
right.
what we're
And
going.
remember the roll for stamina plus athletics.
Yep, let's do that first. They are definitely going to fail. But who knows? They take the 1 lethal, I believe.
Yep.
However, while they're flopping around on the ground, they're still going to be making their wits plus survival or dex plus survival. Either way, it's the same thing.
Well, dexterity has a 5 die penalty right now.
Let's go with wits then. Wits plus survival.
All right.
I am re-rolling that. Damn your eyes. +1, I'm doing what I can. Enjoy your +1 to larceny.
Yeah.
Who's next?
All right. That would be Kinsey. And the absence of Bob since he launched himself into the thorns.
All right, so I'm going to go for Manipulation plus larceny to steal his heart.
Alrighty. Considering the circumstances, take a -3 penalty.
So -2 overall.
All right. First, I roll for stamina plus athletic.
Mm-hmm. And that's downgraded from lethal to bashing.
Four successes to steal his heart.
All right. The title that had been placed in his chest is now in Kinsey's hands. The light promptly goes out in his eyes. He reaches to his chest as the earthquake settles. No, he says. How can this be? I've worked for this so long. He falls to his knees. Damn you! Why must you do this to me?
Because when you do betray the courts betray you.
At the end of the day, you had nobody who had your back because you never had anybody's back. You've made a choice and made a choice and made a choice, and every single one of them was to make sure that there was nobody here to have your back when, like, 8 people decided to kick the ever-living shit out of you. Go to hell in peace.
Ripples form in the lake of molten gold, and a figure rises out of it. The Lord of Tales brushes a few flecks of drying gold off of his jacket as he steps off and into the grass.
Do you bring a gift for me for entering my house uninvited?
You chose
That's only-
to play the game here.
That doesn't excuse the breach of courtesy.
Oh, you're going to play the semantic game. Okay. So in that case, I don't believe there's any sort of actual magic here, but if you want to play this, we can. Roll persuasion plus socialize,
You're getting a boost.
and we'll make this a contested roll.
Please remember you're wearing clothes, but I am backing your play here. Presence plus socialize, you said?
Presence plus socialize.
All right. And spending my last willpower of the night to road action this motherfucker. Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay.
+2. I am embarrassed. That is distressing.
Lex, do you want to assist as well?
Yes, what's the pool?
Presence plus socialize.
Mhm.
I'm so sorry.
Very good.
It just goes to show you, every die's got 10 sides of them.
Okay, so
That's
5.
fair.
So 5 total there. I'm going to invoke our Motley Oath.
Mm-hmm.
Of the two of you, who has the higher presence?
4.
4? Okay. I'm gonna snag that.
And would you like my socialize while you're at it?
Yeah.
3.
Okay. So 5, 4, 9, 12.
Are you wearing your clothes? No, you're not. You're in the middle of battle.
Mm-hmm.
You have striking looks?
No.
I do not. What was the rules for invoking my mantle?
I
Can I
don't
get
know.
Let's see.
I believe that's in Kith and Kin.
What are you invoking it as?
Doesn't it give me a bonus for interacting with the Fae?
It'd be in
Let's
the
see.
normal
It's under
change.
merit. That's why I was wondering, because I thought it was just under uh, merits or mantle. Let's see. Like if you remembered something I didn't, I wasn't going to say you were wrong. All right. Autumn mantle. Page 119.
I was talking about the entitlement.
Oh,
Let's see here. Okay, so
well, you said
the
mantle. That's why I was wondering. That's why I look up
um,
mantle.
my apologies. I meant the basically for invoking the archetype of my entitlement.
All right, let's see that.
I'm sorry for derailing us at the last freaking minute. Uh,
Let me pull this up here.
Here we go. Okay, so I found the entitlement stuff. Prerequisites.
What's your rating on the merit?
It's my weird. So 2. The noble may spend 1 glamour for +2 mundane social rolls against any fey being, including fetches and fey touch, but not human, but not huntsman. As long as it reinforces her title's role or furthers its duties, and the target is aware of them.
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
So +2. Roll it.
5 successes.
The Lord of Tales grits his teeth, reaches into his jacket and hands over a book. Read it on your own time. But anyway, I come to congratulate you on winning the game and to enact a penalty on the loser. He heads over to Rattlebones' corpse and slots the heart back into the chest. You cannot die. I won't let you. Rattlebones shakes awake, screaming, his chest open to the winds. The Lord of Tales smiles and drags him by one leg. We're going home. I own you. If you won, you were to be let loose. You were killed, so you lost. Come, Oliver. I have need of you. He snaps his fingers and disappears in a swirling storm of paper.
Fuck. Well,
So I
thank
think,
you, everyone, for keeping me alive.
well, we have hit gone a little bit over our time, so let's call it here. Everyone, who wants to go do your aspirations first?
I'm going to say I survived. I kept others safe. We don't have a lot of damage around the table that isn't mine. Most of it was earthquake. Figure out what Rattlebones is doing. I think I have to step in clear.
Yeah.
Because I know what he's doing now. Or rather, I don't want to know anymore what's going on with him. Diffuse the time bomb. I made some progress telling people what we know about Will. So we're getting some other people helping us work on that. And achieve the old dream. I made no fucking progress on that unless you count not dying this evening.
And that makes sense as progress, yes. Someone was very much trying to tear your head off.
Kenzie.
All right, so speedrun Goldeneye. I think I get a step and clear.
Yep.
Loose lips sink ships. I took a step towards that by learning that the other nobles are doing their best not to be found out.
Yep.
I survived. And we had minimal losses.
All right, Kit.
Alrighty, so we have down here. Okay, so I don't believe I made any steps towards finding a warm place in winter. Um, I would like to step and clear being a party pooper.
Yep.
Okay. And let's see here. Pull myself together. I don't believe I made any progress on that. And lastly, the Gentleman's Gambit. I do believe I made a step towards that because I invoked courtesy and etiquette, which is definitely a gentleman's gambit.
All righty. And that's everybody. Well, thanks again for being here with us. I appreciate it. This is the 30th session, after all.
We've got. Sorry.
Go on.
We've been doing this for so long, and it's been great having you all with us.
All right, and just a reminder, if you're interested in Onyx Path Game Night, you can join the Onyx Path Discord for more information. And, well, thanks for coming, and have a great night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. 6 more sessions, everyone.
Bye.